Do it. Do it. Let me go.
You really think you the adult in the circumstance at this point? You think you bigger and badder than I am? That is a problem.
I could understand if you're saying that this happened on numerous occasions, but one time,
But I'm looking
I
at it based
disagree
off of
with
this
that.
video. If
I'm
you
I'm
sit there, you
a
have to
base.
put your hands on, it's time for you to go because
But
I
isn't that
don't know if I'm going to be able to stop.
I'm not off for one off. I'm not just gonna
But
leave my
see, you're
child
okay
and
with that one off. In my
it's not
head, I'm
it's
not
not that
okay with a
it's
one
not
off.
it's not that I'm okay with it. I'm looking at the greater good. I'm gonna put my pride aside for the strength of making sure I give my son or daughter the best option of surviving.
It's a matter of opinion. If I'm right, but I'm leaving no for now to go outside, putting chores and obligations on our part.
A woman who is literally, I mean literally street fighting with her daughter. Like when I tell you the fisticuffs is real, the fisticuffs is real. So let's check it out and see what's going on here.
You gonna let me pick? How you got it? Stop pulling, hoe. Do it. Do it. Do it. Let me go.
Maybe I think you should have said.
Let me go.
Yeah.
Let me go.
What is your take on this? A mother and a daughter actually go into fisticuffs, fighting like they're what's the word? Arch enemies.
This is foolery at its best. I don't like seeing this kind of stuff. Like, I just do not like seeing it. I don't care what the daughter did. She should not have put her hands on her mama. I don't care. Your mother is your mother. You don't get them back. But Sue, kids be forgetting. Parents did some stuff in their days. You wanted to swing like you wanted to fight me? Now you get all this smoke. So I don't condone this fighting, but that daughter got her butt beat because she didn't know what the mom was going to do. And you deserved all of that butt whooping because you shouldn't have put your hands on me.
This is what I say. I give that mother so much kudos because that probably could have saved that little girl's life. Why do I say this? Because if you can't even respect the authority of your parental figure, and let's just say the mother didn't do anything, that attitude would translate into out in the streets. So that mother actually checking her and beating the brakes off her, let her know you're not just gonna do what you want to do and think there's not gonna be no repercussions. So you can have a problem with authority all you want, but there is authority in this world. And it's better that I check you than a police officer checking you because they definitely could put one in you and that's the end of you. So kudos to that mother for taking those actions and beating the brakes off of her. So that's where I stand with that. Some people may disagree, but I wholeheartedly believe that hard head makes a soft ass, especially when you tearing tearing that butt up as a parent. June said that was disgusting. Yeah, it definitely was. And I'm going to say it was disgusting on the daughter's part, not the mother's part. Because think about it. I'll ask you, Erica P. Let's just say you go discipline your daughter, right? And you go discipline her. Even if, let's just say, if you disciplining her with corporal punishment, and then she goes to hit you, what
I
would
got
your
you on.
reaction be?
You out my house. The minute you felt grown enough to put your hands on me, you grown enough to leave.
See, I wouldn't.
So
I don't think I'd do that.
so no, because my thing is, you really think you the adult in the circumstance at this point. You think you bigger and badder than I am. That is a problem. My
Yeah, but
house, my rules.
so
You
you're
can't
saying.
follow my rules. It's time for you to leave.
So what you're saying is, if your daughter was to swing on you at that point, it's just get out like that.
I'm not. Look. I don't want to fight my children. If
I'm
you
I'm
sit there, you
a
have to
base.
put your hands on. It's time for you to go because
But
I
isn't that?
don't know if I'm going to be able to stop at that point. So
But
you
isn't
didn't got that mad where you want to fight me and you swung. Don't collect anything that I bought you. Don't touch nothing. You leave out with what you have on, and that's it.
but
You're done,
is
so.
aren't you basically sending that child like to a downward spiral though?
But you
Just
chose
be
that the minute you went to swing on me. You chose that.
yeah, yeah, but isn't a parent's job is to correct?
Parents' job is to correct, but I'm not correcting by fighting somebody who's underneath me.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
what if?
doing it because if
But
I
here's
hit you and I hurt you, I'm going to jail.
you may be going to
So
jail,
I'd
but
rather kick you out before I be in somebody's jail cell.
I guess my thing is instead of seeing if like instead of seeing if you can take actions to correct the matter, your automatic resolution is to kick them out because you can say you might take them out right then and there, but what if in the process of you not scolding them, but like you disciplining them, and reality kicks in, like, oh shoot, I'm really like pulverizing my child or whatever, or I'm really spanking my child very hard. You don't think reality could kick in, which could actually be like a clicker to be like, yo, let me stop right here. And that's a teaching moment for that child to not do that again. I just feel as though if your automatic reaction is to get out of my house, you're doing a disservice to that child.
Correct. And it
That's
could
how I
be.
feel.
But I
Because
also don't condone kids fighting parents. I
here's the
didn't grow
thing.
up, you know, with that fighting and play fighting and all of that crap. So yes, I'm really against all fighting.
Put it
So
like
if you get
this.
to the point where you know better than I do as your parent, then you're gonna have to go out there and learn. I'm
I'm
not
gonna
saying
tell
that you might not be able to
I'm
come
gonna
back,
I'm
but
gonna
you're gonna have
I'm
to
gonna
learn.
tell I'm gonna tell you something through experience. My mother, God rest her soul. We had like me and my mother always argued, like we'll have it was like off and on. We'll have 2-3 weeks that's good. We'll argue, not speak for like a week, then go back to speaking. That was like the relationship we had because my mother's like the only person who could actually get me to argue like heavy. Like I'm talking like at an instant. So one day she was scolding me, and as she was scolding me, my cousin was at the house, right? And as she scolded me, I'm basically purposely ignoring her, just talking to my cousin, like, yeah, yeah, while she's literally in my face scolding me. Because what she was scolding me for, I felt like she was in the wrong. And just to give a brief detail of it, a friend of mine who was running track like at the nearby park, I saw them, hey, you look like you're tired. You look like you're tired, you're thirsty. Let me go inside and grab you a cup of water. While I went inside to grab a cup of water, she's standing in the hallway. My mother came out speaking in Creole, talking bad about this woman, not knowing that she's Haitian and understood everything she said. So when I came out with the glass of water, chick, I looked in the hallway, chick was gone. I'm like, yo, what happened? Nah, your mother's wild and she said some unpleasant things, so I know when I'm not where I'm not wanted, and kept it moving. So when I came back in the house, I was mad and yelled at, like spazzed at my mom. Was I wrong for spazzing at her? Yes, but at the same time, as you promoting a Christian woman and all this, you shouldn't badmouth people like that you don't know from a can of paint. So at this point, I'm not. I'm basically ignoring her because she's keep going on and on. And as you know, Erica, when I'm done with a conversation, I'm done with a conversation if it's going nowhere.
Correct.
So she's talking in my ears, and I'm just talking to my cousin, whatever. So this is pissing her off. So she comes up to me and says, "Don't ignore me," and smack me in my mouth. Pow! Yo, when I tell you the minute she hit me, I turned around and cocked back. I actually swung, but I caught myself and it wind up like just like brushing her on the arm. And anybody that's Haitian know Haitian parents will exaggerate. Oh my God, you tried to break my arm. She went and actually put an ace bandage around her arm. Like I broke her arm or something like that. But with that being said, that altercation, if my moms would have been like, yo, get out my house, you would not be speaking to Walls P here because I would probably been locked up, keeping it 100. And the funny thing about that is, after that altercation, I was actually ready to move out and go live with my cousin. Like, I tried to hurry up, pack my stuff, and like run behind her back to go out the door. She stopped me and was like, "Come here, let's talk." And actually had a actual conversation, a teaching moment. And I feel as a parent, that is your job, not to just give up hope on your child. Your job when you decided to bring this child into this world is to go fight tooth and nails to make sure that child succeed. That child didn't ask to
Correct.
be born here.
Correct. And I'm all for that. But you're not going to try to beat me in my own house and think I'm supposed to accept it. If you get to the point where you feel that you're that mad and you got to come and swing at me, you got to go.
Yeah, but we're
We
talking
look at the
about
circumstances completely differently. I don't care how mad you get at me. You
yeah.
go upstairs to your room and blow off some steam.
I could
But when you
understand
feel like you're my equal, that is a problem.
I could understand if you're saying that this happened on numerous occasions, but one time,
But I'm looking
I
at it based
disagree
off of
with
this
that.
video. I'm not shooting a fade with my kid. Your circumstance was a little different. It ain't like you was squaring up to beat your mother down. That is different.
I don't
Circumstances
know.
to a fight could be different.
Look, I don't know
I've
because
had
even
instance. Look, I've had an instance where I thought I was in the right. I was grown. Me and my father got into it. After the circumstance, we was great. But me and my dad were not having a full blown on fist fight. It
yeah,
ain't drag out, blow out.
yeah,
You get one time. You
but
get
still,
one. You
but
get
here's the
one lapse of
but
judgment.
but here's the thing though. If you had put your hands on your dad, right? Because here's the thing. She put her hands on her mother, and the mother just beat the brakes off her. So yeah, it may not have got like that, but it could have got like that. But your dad probably decided not to take it there. So that's what I'm saying. You're saying, oh, I wouldn't have. Yeah, but in the heat of the moment like that, you don't know what that other person like. You're saying you're reacting like this now, but you don't know exactly how you'll react
Correct.
in a
I don't.
situation.
But
But I all I'm gonna say is this, and the floor is yours. Is I just feel as though as a parent, just because a child is different than your spouse. If a spouse lay a hand on you, because that's an adult, they should know better. But I feel like if your child mess up once and put their hands on you, I feel like that is a teaching moment where you correct it. Yeah, you may put your hands on them and everything, beat the brakes off them or whatever, but I feel like that's a teaching moment to that child because just kicking them out, I feel like you're sending them to their death sentence. Like that's how I honestly feel about it.
correct. But what I'm saying is being a kid and being an adult is different. Yes. Do I feel like everybody's gonna have that one moment? Wholeheartedly. In that circumstance, no. We shoot the fade. You do have to go. You was in a full blown out fist fight. But if you hit me once, that's something completely different. Because yes, I could have reacted totally different too. And I'm saying this being me at this point. I don't know what I would have done 10 years ago. I don't know what I would have done 15 years ago. I'm still don't know if my child did something to me today, but I got a zero tolerance policy. And I
What
will tell any of my children, when you get to the point where you're too grown to listen to what I have to say, then you have to figure out some way else.
what
You
if that
need to.
child what if that child was suffering from mental health issue? Because
That's different.
clearly whoever was in the background was like, y'all got to take this outside or something like that. So it gives the impression that y'all be at it left to right. Because if it was like a one time thing or something like that, like I think he would have reacted different. But who's to say she doesn't have a mental health issue?
Okay, mental health is different, but even if it was on a mental health aspect, I'm still not fighting you. I would have tried to diffuse the situation or the circumstance, or I would have had to leave out of that for them to calm down.
I don't
Because
know,
if
man.
you have somebody and you know they're aggressive, you have to either talk them off the ledge or you have to give them some time to cool off.
But
Guess what? I'm grabbing my keys and I'm leaving if it's mental health. If it's not mental health, you're grabbing your shoes and leaving. Like there's
but
no back and forth between that.
but here's my question: what if you get into that altercation with your child, whatever, and like you trying to de-escalate whatever, um, and that's not working. The only thing that like is gonna respond is if you get into that fist fight. And getting into that fist fight and you beating the brakes off them is that wake up moment where they like realize, yo, what I did was wrong, and I know I just can't take my frustrations out on people. You get what I'm saying? So what if that's the because everybody react to discipline and different like in different ways, so to speak. So what if that is the reaction that it takes to actually save that kid's life so that they never do it again?
But the problem is
That's
if
what
you're
I'm saying. So you don't know. So
correct, but if you're somebody like me who don't fist fight in general at all, that is a problem. I'm not fist fighting my kid. I'm not a fighter as it is. I didn't grow up being a fighter. I wasn't about that life growing up. So no, getting in fights with my friends, people that weren't my friends, no. I did not grow up like that. I went to Catholic school with a zero tolerance policy. There was no fighting. So no, I look at all of these circumstances like it's bananas and bathering because that is not something that I understood. I was not the outside kid fighting with the people on my street. So these things are problems for me.
what I'm gonna leave off with this is I hear what you're saying, but as a parent, you see yourself doing things that you never would imagine yourself doing in 100 years. So, regardless how you're talking passionate about it and saying, I'm not doing this, there's things as a parent that we all do that we would never see ourselves doing. So, I'll leave it at that. Um, let me go through the comment
Wait a
section.
second. Hold up, for real. Get your hands up and give you a second chance. I'm not throwing these hands. I'm too old to throw these hands. I throw these hands, I might break something. I might break myself or I might break them. We can't do that. Nope, ain't throwing them hands.
This would have been a good conversation to hear what June think on this matter because I'd love to have heard his perspective on it. But yeah, but all right, we agree to disagree on that aspect because I'm not off for one off. I'm not just gonna
But
leave my
see, you're
child
okay
and
with that one off. In my
it's not
head, I'm
it's
not
not that
okay with a one off.
it's not that I'm okay with it. I'm looking at the greater good. I'm gonna put my pride aside for the strength of making sure I give my son or daughter the best option of surviving.
Correct.
That's how I look at it. I don't like, yeah, so we got
But
into
I'm
a
okay
fist
with you
fight,
using your
whatever.
words
Yeah.
and not your fist. I am on the opposite side.
But you don't know
Use your
how
words
but
to
you don't
talk.
know how kids are going to you don't know how kids will react on certain things. So that's what I'm saying. I look at it as if this was the first time that you ever did this, that's a teaching moment. That's not for me to just send you off to the streets because now that leaves him bitter, yada yada, and just have the mindset of I don't give a F. Because I'm telling you, my son think the like I see certain aspects of the way I think the way he do. If he was to do that and I sent them to the streets, I might as well kiss him goodbye. I might as well kiss him on the forehead and said, son, it's been nice knowing you. Because the way he's going to live his life, that boy's going to wind up either dead or in jail. I know that for a fact. So that's why I'm like, I'm looking at the bigger picture where, no, I'm not just going to give up on you like that. No, I'm going to fight my butt off to make sure that you navigate through life and not struggle the way I had to struggle. That's how I view it.
And I appreciate that. But I'm on the opposite end. I didn't ever have to do any of that. And I'm not going to do it for my child. You're not pulling me out of character to do that.
Well, you gonna learn today.
I guess some kids gonna learn because it's my rule. This is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship. And guess who the dictator? Me. So you live by them rules, or you call them numbers so they can come pick you up. It is what it is.
Man. Look.
But y'all gotta work with me. I'm getting used to this live thing.
For those who say, oh, Erica is all laid back, I know how to push them buttons to get her riled up. Because you saw how riled up she just was on that last topic. Yo, you was showing that school episode shade of Erica. And for those who don't know, go through the catalog. You'll see it was a debate that we had on a school in Baltimore. So check it out. She was going in. So I got her riled up. So that's a plus.
It's a matter of opinion.